Tonight, we take an amazing journey around the world of pop stars. From auditions to fame and fortune, we'll sneak behind the scenes of this international phenomenon.
When we do gigs, I'm the dancer.
Yes, Mother does the dancing.
You'll see the joy and the heartache of wannabe pop stars right around the world. We'll be catching up with Bardot 2 years after they exploded onto the scene. The girls will give us the inside story on the whole Chantel controversy.
And there was just 2 pages of utter lies, and that I remember I really found that hard to cope with.
And we'll look at the drama and sadness behind Katie's shock departure.
I thought I should ring you before you hear from somewhere else, and my heart still was sinking. I'm thinking, oh, what?
Plus, Scandalous, Australia's newest pop star sensation take on the world. We'll sneak backstage as the guys prepare for their biggest test yet, a major stadium tour of the UK.
Look at my hand. Look at my hand. I can't make it so shaky.
That's all to come tonight on the World of Pop Stars. Hey, I'm Jackie O, and as well as being a judge in both series of Pop Stars, like you, I'm also a big fan of the show. Now, we all know about our own pop stars and the incredible success of Bardot and Scandalous, but did you know that Pop Stars is a sensation in 25 countries around the world, with each country creating their very own Pop Stars group? From Canada to Portugal, from Finland to the US, there's Europe, America, Asia, Africa. Pop Stars truly is a global phenomenon. Of course, here in Australia, it all kicked off with the amazing Bardot. And now our latest Pop Star success, Scandalous, who, as you'll see tonight, are just about to head off on a massive stadium tour of the UK with British pop star sensation Hearsay. It's a big challenge for Scandalous, and they're getting pretty excited about it.
We have bags and belts and clothes. The guys have just got trousers and tops.
What are you going to do for handbags?
I haven't even thought of handbags yet.
Maybe like an evening one or something.
Just like a bomb.
I'm so disorganised.
Why can't we be guys? I bet they're so organised.
Yeah. No, don't. Oh.
Anna, have a look at this little suitcase. It's not little. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm going to the UK.
I'm so excited, and it's kind of good because Anna actually hasn't been overseas at all. Well, she's been to Tasmania, but so she hasn't really been overseas, so she's so excited.
No, this is my first... Well, technically I have because I've been to Tasmania. We always joke about that.
No, never. Never been over... Oh, I've been over Bass Strait a lot of times.
I was actually born in the UK, so it's been a long time since I've been there, a good 15 years, but I mean, I've got heaps and heaps of family over there that I can't wait to see.
I'm going to be performing with Hearsay.
I don't want to use the word honour, but it's something like that.
I think Hearsay are amazing.
And because we're a support act, we have to actually work really, really hard, which is the most exciting part. Work really, really hard to get our exposure.
I'll probably actually just say a prayer.
We've got a lead in now, I think.
So are you excited about the UK tour?
I'm really nervous, more than excited.
So
Is that what it
nervous.
is?
Well, over there you're starting off from scratch. Here you've got the whole TV show behind you and everyone knows who you are. And over there it's like a completely different kettle of fish.
Yeah, it's good. It's good because like no one categorises you, no one has any expectations, so you're just going over there like on a clear slate as a new pop group. And I don't know, I think they're gonna like it.
I think I've got a little bit of an idea with 350,000 tickets already sold. It's like, okay, that's a fair few. It's just such a good opportunity to go over there without anyone, having a TV show behind us, because there's a lot of preconceived ideas of what we are, especially, being born of pop stars and stuff. But I think since that's ended and we've become a group, it's really good.
Have you heard much of Hearsay's music?
So good. I was like this.
Yeah,
guys, we should like get into rehearsals.
Are they better than you?
They're different. Like, they're really different. No, they're great.
Well, listen, guys, best of luck with the tour. I hope it all goes well. I know you'll be
You're
fine.
just saying that, you don't really mean that.
No. After the break, the girls of Bardot reveal the hurt behind Chantel's shock departure.
Because everyone had different opinions on, you know, what they thought should happen. She had betrayed us.
Really
from...
With less than 24 hours before takeoff, Scandalous squeeze in a last-minute vocal rehearsal.
I don't want you to see what's going on in your heart. If you should leave, and if you look in my eyes,
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna break if you say goodbye.
Well, as final preparations come together for the big UK tour, Scandalous manager Les has called the group in for a final pre-tour briefing.
What I want to do is I want you guys to think in that 25 hours while you're on the plane. I want you to think about what you're going to be doing, because you've got a job to do at the other end. It's going to be fun, but you guys are going to walk out onto a stage. You're going to play in front of 350,000 people who none of them have ever heard of you, right? There was no television show, there was no Scandalous, and there was no Me, Myself and I, no Starting Something, no anything. If you can blow them away each night, for every single concert for those 4 songs, you've got a career in the UK. Each of you. You can figure out which each of you. These are Air New Zealand business class tickets.
Yeah, baby.
We get a little TV each.
It's hard to believe that only a couple of years ago, the whole Popstars idea didn't even exist. It all started in New Zealand when a local TV producer saw his daughter and friends singing and dancing along to the Spice Girls on telly.
I think it would be really cool if there was like a group like the Spice Girls, not the Spice Girls, but a group like them who were from New Zealand.
Do you have what it takes to front an all-girl pop group? We're holding auditions now.
In December 1998, auditions were held in Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch to put together a pop group which will make it to #1.
They're not going to be Spice Girls?
I said to them I'd be prepared to have my teeth straightened and breast implants if that's what it takes.
When I walked into those doors and I heard you singing You Got a Friend, the hairs went up in the back of my neck and I got goosebumps, and I just stood there at the door and I thought, wow, we've really got something good here. We've really got something good.
The New Zealand show created the very first Popstars, Kiwi chart toppers, True Bliss. But of course, here in Australia, our first series of Popstars created the sensational Bardot.
She's tapping your phone to check who's calling from dusk until dawn. She's on your tail. Everywhere alone. I can feel her peeking, going on too long. Won't take this no more. Believe me, my patience is running out. If you want to my business, can you tell her to let me be ASAP? She's been on my nerves from day one.
The single's going really well. Sounds a bit different, like, from the first lot of tracks, though, that you released.
It's a bit cooler, I think. We're looking for top 10, Jackie.
Yeah, I know. Since April last year, Bardot has recorded a #1 single, 3 top 20 hits, plus a double platinum album. Are you glad that the whole TV thing is gone now?
Well, not really.
Please welcome Bardot.
And it was just an emotional roller coaster every day. It was, you'd get in and then they'd say, you know, oh, you come back the next day. It's like, oh, be on the phone to the family. I'm in, but, you know, I've still got tomorrow. So it was just an emotional roller coaster.
Just nerves, and more nerves. It was like very intense, like a workshop, and you were constantly there with your competition, and yeah, it was quite stressful.
I was a nervous wreck.
I hate having these cameras so close because I got to the Z today.
Wasn't normal, but I got through it.
Is there a chance that you can change your attire by 1 o'clock?
Not a problem. It was just very busy, lots of nervous girls, and at that point, really for me, I was just going along for a bit of fun.
Put your hands together for Bardot!
The main highlight for me was singing at the Arias and knowing that Tina Arena was in the audience. That was so huge for me because I love her so much, and just knowing that she was there and having watched so many Arias prior, yeah, that was huge.
These days the world's alright, the sun shines bright. I'm kicking out the bad dreams. These days I don't think twice. I walk on ice. I'm positively somewhere.
Definitely performing at the Arias was fantastic.
I'll never forget it. It was an amazing experience, yeah. There were so many people there, it was out of control. It made you cry and goosebumps.
For me, it was a final confirmation that we had made it, or that we had real star quality. I think up until that point it was all a lot of hype, and it was difficult to believe that it was really happening.
Bardot's massive success here in Australia still didn't prepare the girls for the hysterical reception they were about to receive throughout Asia.
We arrived to 500-600 people waiting for us at the airport. That was surreal.
We actually had to wait at the baggage terminal while they organised the crowds because they thought we'd be trampled.
That was another moment where you'd go, oh my God, maybe I am a pop star.
I've got major goosebumps, that's not normal.
We could not believe Singapore. The show had aired and it was just phenomenal.
They were there just screaming their heads off with gifts and things, and honestly, I felt like Madonna. When you see her with the security guards' hands linked and people trying to reach in, and you'd have the kids trying to grab your feet.
So we were just like, oh, all these people. We didn't realise, you know, the show, that everyone had been watching it, so it was massive, and we couldn't do as much shopping as we wanted to, but it was good.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing. The dramatic departure of Chantel threatened the very foundation of the group.
Chantel's departure was very distressing.
If you can't be true, I got news for you.
The fact that she had betrayed us just hurt and didn't make any sense.
Chantel just wasn't right for Bardot, and it's as simple as that. So when Tiffany came in, it worked, but it didn't work with her in it.
Some people say that I'm hard to tame. They know that trouble is my middle name.
It was quite stressful because the whole thing, we'd been shoved in a house for starters, and then one of us was leaving already. It was just quite exhausting.
Chantel's departure, I mean, you know, was really an emotional time for us. You know, I really loved her, and I still do today. She's still a really lovely girl, and it was really hard because everyone had different opinions on, you know, what they thought should happen.
It also created rifts because some of us agreed on certain things and some of us didn't. So it was just a very traumatic time.
I just couldn't believe that they would actually be allowed to write such a thing on, you know, on the cover of a magazine, and there was just 2 pages of utter lies, and that, I remember I really found that hard to cope with at the time.
Well, obviously I felt sorry for her because I thought we're lucky we've got 4 other girls to, you know, go through the whole process with, and she's sort of just been left on her own.
I wasn't there, so I have no memories whatsoever about Chantel, just that she left and gave me a great opportunity to be where I am, so thanks.
What do you think we're looking for?
Me.
Coming up, for the first time, Katie speaks from the heart about the pain of leaving Bardot. Go to record ASAP, disaster struck.
It would actually happen quite quickly. Katie left the group almost immediately, as she said she wanted to go and do this musical.
IMG and Harry and Miller's arena production of Hair.
We knew that she was auditioning for Hair, which was a good experience for her to audition, and she called us all individually the night before she kind of announced that she wanted to leave, to see how we all felt about it.
She came over to my house actually the day she auditioned for Hair,
and a very good friend of mine said, oh, if you get offered it, just be careful because the funding can fall through and things like that happen all the time with musicals.
She came in and said, look, I've been given this opportunity to have a role in Hair, and I really want to do it, but I want to find out what you girls think. And I basically said, well, Katie, if whatever makes you happy, we're not going to hold someone back from what makes them happy in their dreams.
Katie, like, obviously had her mark in the group.
We all sat down for about 2 weeks or so and nutted out whether we wanted to go ahead as a 4, because obviously if you're going to get out, that was the time to get out.
You always think, should we go on or will it work? And
we realised that it was going to work as a 4. So here we are.
I was torn, you know. Bardot was at a crucial point in their career in the sense that we were just about to release a new single. We were days away from shooting the film clip, a photo shoot, you know, and the record company outlaying a lot of money. We'd just come back from the UK. There's a lot of things that were going on, and in a lot of ways it was the worst time for me to leave. But I had to go with my heart.
Director Richard Werrett saw the London opening and...
But sadly, Belinda's words proved prophetic.
I got a phone call from one of the producers involved in Hair, and he called me up and he said, you know, I don't know if you've been keeping abreast of how ticket sales are going, da-da-da-da, but I thought I should ring you before you hear from somewhere else. And my heart's sort of sinking. I'm thinking, oh, what?
I was really devastated when Hair fell through. But yeah, I do remember my friend warning her.
I was devastated, absolutely devastated. Cried for a couple of hours. I mean, I really had... Leaving Bardot was difficult enough. And I did think about, you know, well, maybe I shouldn't have left. Was that a bad thing? And though I wouldn't have left the group had it not been for Hair, after it was cancelled, I was still glad that I was out. I was glad that I had my life back, personally, that whatever it was that I wanted to do from that time on, I was making the decisions about it, that I didn't have to consult with 4 other people, or I didn't have to consult with management. I didn't have to try and compromise with someone about what colour something should be, or, you know, whether my shorts should be, you know, waist height or hip height or whatever. Just that I had my life back.
And now you sort of accept that, no, she's not having a sick day, she's not coming back.
As Katie departs Bardot, Scandalous departs for the UK.
Is this too good to be true? Will I always be afraid of losing you? I see the last slip through fingers like sorry. My heart in your hand, but your head and your heart make a promise to love from the start.
So Scandalous are off to the UK, the first country outside of Australia to go pop stars crazy. But in England, the auditions are a little different. Sometimes even Mum gets in on the act.
When we do gigs, I'm the dancer.
Yes, Mother does the dancing.
But she can really sing anything.
I can sing anything, really.
Yeah, you know.
Country and western, you name
western,
it. Soul, pop.
Soul, pop. She's got a versatile voice,
everything,
you know.
really.
So,
rock and roll.
This today's been restricted.
Yes.
Because, of course, limited songs.
I can show you my versatility, you know.
I give you my heart.
I'd use being a pop star as like springboard to get to Hollywood, and then to get to politics, and you never know, be a world leader, president of America. I'll do it one day. And so, thanks.
For first-timers, it can be really tough.
Well, I'm not upset about not getting through. I'm just like, because my nerves have all gone, I'm just kind of relax more, so it's all like coming out now. That's what it is. I'd have been all right if I hadn't up, but I made a total mess of it. I even forgot the first line.
Hello there, can I have you on
For
the
others, just hearing their number being called was too much.
Have number 10, please.
Don't do it then.
Number 12, thank you. If you can just stand there for me. Thanks very much.
Deep breath.
Do you want to come outside?
I don't think.
Yeah? Yeah, come on.
when they called my number, just got a bit panicky. So I got up and told her I couldn't do it. And she said, are you sure? And as soon as I said yes, I just stopped breathing. I just couldn't breathe.
And it may have been nerves that made some people react so badly when they were rejected.
Gotta take heed. Tell me anymore. I'll be calling my lawyer.
And do they know the places where we go when we're grey and old?
Thank you, Nick. You're not actually singing to us, you're reciting at the moment. Yeah? Do you want to give us some kind of performance?
I don't know anything better,
huh?
I don't know if I can do any better.
The judges were pretty tough. In fact, the British tabloids labelled this one Nasty Nigel.
If you like,
No,
if you'd like to try.
Yeah, all right.
But at the moment, you can hear we've got singers here. At the moment, you're not singing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I sit and wait. Does an angel contemplate my fate? Contemplate my fate.
Do you know the tune of Angels? Are you going to be auditioning for us? How do you feel if the entire audience talks all the way through your performance, pulls faces and pulls their tongue out all the way through your performance? How will you both feel?
Annoyed.
Annoyed. Well, that's what you guys were doing all the way through that young lady's performance.
You were actually pulling faces like this. You weren't even just chatting. So disrespectful.
So we're going to ask you to leave. Thank you very much. Don't be sorry about that.
And can I just say, Lynn, it wasn't at you. They're actually having a private joke between them, so...
Yeah, they weren't pulling their faces at you.
Wasn't at you.
It's not on that. I want to go say sorry to her. I don't think that's what
Yeah, let's go.
The UK version of Popstars created the incredibly popular group Hearsay.
Can we take a quick look at the video now?
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look. This is the new video.
Jamie Theakston has noticed something different about their video.
Looks like someone's lit your farts.
Say it again.
Being a pop star in the UK isn't all fun and games. They have to deal with the infamous English tabloid press.
No!
You thought that because you had 2 children, that would affect you getting into the band or not?
They could have just sacked me on the spot because I hadn't been honest. Before I was doing this, I was on income support, living in a rented house, getting about £100 a week. And I was fed up of them making do.
Oh my God! You think, why are people doing that? Why, you know, why have people got so many opinions and why are people coming out of the woodwork?
This is the woman that thinks she slept with Danny when he was 17, right? Can I just say one thing? As if.
It fascinates me how, through the power of a TV show, your life can change instantly.
Y una canción cantada por voz en cassette. The UK was only the beginning. The rest of the world quickly followed.
Popstars, tu show está por empezar.
Around the world, pop stars wannabes came in all shapes and sizes.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you.
Dankeschön.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I don't care if it makes much sense. I don't know if it works out. I just don't want to feel so down.
My bunny is over the ocean. My Bonnie's so to see. My Bonnie's so...
But no matter where in the world you come from, when you're told the good news, the reaction's pretty much the same.
Lucy, wir haben's, wie gesagt, wir haben Revue passieren lassen und du bist dabei. Herzlich willkommen.
Oh my God.
Du bist dabei.
Oh my God.
Popstars. I want to be a pop star.
And then, of course, Popstars invaded America.
If I got it, I'd have somebody do this for me.
You heard what I told her?
I'm sorry, we got to move on.
Why is it whatever Americans do, they always get very intense about it?
I think she could make it. So we were willing to fly that far and go to the expense and get her out here.
Thank you.
I am dumbfounded. Did you hear her sing? I've listened to these girls all day, and I thought, I was so sure that she nailed it, and they just cut her.
I want to know if you want to come to LA.
I just want this so bad.
Okay, now for safe, Coming up, Scandalous meet their new best mates, UK pop star sensation Hearsay.
Oh, you guys are really nice.
A long haul in a plane. It's the beginning of an incredible adventure. And don't forget, most of these guys have never been further than Tasmania.
Lots of kisses to say thank you.
Guys, if you can see if you found the square for them.
Oh, can we go down there?
Just a little bit is all I need to make it flow. I know you're making it. It seems just like a dream world. Just a little
Give me a smile, please. Is that a smile? It was.
I want to go see those guards. You know those guards that don't smile? You can pull faces at them and they just don't smile.
Always wanted to see those standing soldiers. I just want a picture with one of the standing soldiers.
Happy now. Happy now. I'm going to fill out 1 and 2. Truth to know, we're just discussing the makeup thing. I think they'll wear makeup.
Every time you're touching me.
How much is it? If it's $5, that means
Step away from the belts. Step away from the bags. Ladies, put them down.
Don't you scare me?
Oh my God!
Yep, London was full of surprises.
Oh my God! Get out! Get out! Oh my God! You're doing this? Oh my God! Oh my God, it's impossible! Hey!
It turns out that even the record store's security guy was a fan.
Oh, well, I was in the shop some while back on duty, and I noticed these 2 singles by, well, one single first of all by Scandalous. I picked up, looked at it, thought that looks interesting. When I saw the second one on the shelf, I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. I do like them. Yeah, no, I do like them. So the line's the sort of thing I'm interested in anyway. A long time ago, I bought a single by a group called the Backstreet Boys. And I thought, well, they might not get anywhere, but I'll buy it anyway. Look at them now.
We just like to give you this, Bruce, like, just to say thank you, like, for being a fan.
It's nice to see a group getting somewhere.
And while Scandalous are enjoying their newfound fame, coincidentally on the other side of London, Bardot are hard at work on their new album with hotshot young producer Ollie J.
Yeah, that was cool.
Basically, when it came to Rollover Studios, we've got demo tapes for all different studios. And as soon as I heard the 2 songs that were on there, I was taken back by it and thought it was a fantastic track.
Well, the appeal of working with Bardot, other than working with 4 beautiful girls, was they are perfect artists for our songs that we write here. The kind of people I've worked with before is Peter Andre. I did his album with Mysterious Girl, and I wrote quite a few tracks on that album with him. E17, I did a bit of Take That. Can we go for that again, please, Tilly?
Yeah. Cool.
Here we go again.
I need some somebody. I wanna love her and a good love too.
Okay, that's cool. Let's double track that then. Well, the stuff we're working with Bardot is definitely slightly more futuristic than I think they've been doing.
Yeah, we're heading for a more modern feel, I think, because obviously ASAP was so modern and it worked and we loved it.
Okay, Soph, let's go for the next harmony now.
How was that? Was that okay?
That was cool. Sounding good.
I want somebody that's gonna turn me on the way you do.
Sophie, that was really good. I think we're done. It was beautiful.
Finally, the time has come. Scandalous meet hearsay. Hearsay meet scandalous.
It's amazing how much they remind us of us.
They seem like a really cool bunch, and we're really looking forward to getting to know them a bit better on the tour.
Look at the whole sitting thing,
They're a lot like us, I think.
Yeah, because I guess they've been through what we've been through, so.
In every country we go to, we meet 5 people who know exactly what it's like to be in your position.
We should start our own cult.
Yeah.
And they're just really friendly, really down to earth.
Oh, you guys are really nice.
Yeah.
They're good. They're really good.
I think they've got great energy. I remember walking into the room and feeling that they were kind of really happy about it. They was enjoying what they was doing.
Are you guys nervous or what? Like, you're gonna...
Really excited.
You're going to have such a good time on tour with us.
They've obviously been working, you know, towards this goal, just like we have, and they're very talented people, and you can just see that.
They gave us a CD as well, a copy of their album, and it's actually really good. I listened to it when I went back.
We just wish you good luck for the tour.
Yeah,
Thank you.
One thing common to pop stars the world over is saying goodbye to your private life.
I think being a bit famous, people are a little bit weary of you. I don't know if, like, there's boys that are scared. There's probably some that are really eager.
I didn't have a girlfriend before I came to Popstars, and I was actually really excited, you know, because you're a famous pop star and you're on stage and you're gonna have screaming fans. You're gonna have all these girls all over. Nah, doesn't happen.
Pain in the It sucks. And so all the girls out there, it's okay. You can talk to me.
To be honest, I think more guys come up to me now than they used to. Just because they've got something to talk about, I think.
This is my man, and I'm damn proud of it. So here he is, world. I consider myself extremely lucky that there's been someone who's known me before and realises the me now that's exactly the same.
Well, I actually was dating one of the pop star Swedish twins. His name was Johan. I said, can I have a break from it all? And he goes, oh, we don't even do much. And I said, yeah, but when I see you, I'm so tired.
Oh, I miss you.
He goes, why? Is it something I'm doing wrong?
We used to talk a lot together, and the stuff that they were doing, like, you know, of course, you become really jealous and stuff because everything was happening to them. Like, they got everything at the start, and, you know, of course you want to be there as well.
And he took it personal in a way. I said, no, just hold on the personal thoughts and just wait a few months down the track until you get into what we're doing.
Help me understand. People, so why should it be?
Yeah, because you wanted to be where they were. So it sort of become a bit like a rivalry, like challenging each other and saying, oh, I'm doing this now, and they said, no, but we're doing this and stuff like that. But it just gave us, you know, more motivation to keep doing what we were doing, I guess.
And now, at the moment, he's doing in-stores around Australia with his brother, and I ring him up and he goes, I'm tired, I'm worn out. Because it's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. I said, yeah? So now you understand, don't you? So we've become really good friends.
Two good friends, yeah, very good friends.
Coming up, the Popstars judges reveal all.
The sexual favours that we were offered along the way weren't worth it.
The selection process was quite difficult, really, when you look back on it.
You must try to ignore that it means more than
Imogen,
that.
it's okay, thanks.
I think once you narrowed it down to the last 20, 15, 10, they started to sort of all blend because they were all so good. She's good with the way she moves, but she's not slick like some of the other girls.
Sophie, possibility?
Well, it seemed like we were never going to come to a conclusion.
As it went forward, that's when the pressure really sort of came on, because it became extremely difficult to virtually split hairs. Really.
That's it. We're not going to ask you to come back tomorrow. So I'm afraid I am here to say that you haven't made it to the final 5, Kelly.
I think the most traumatic part was just the rejection period.
Yeah.
Sorry, Claire.
I'm really, really sorry.
Sorry about that. I don't want to tell anyone anymore that they didn't get in the band. I only want to do the good ones from now on.
You constantly had second thoughts about the choices. In fact, your choices would change on a daily basis.
We seriously had a couple of options for the choices at the end. And it was very difficult to know which way to go.
I was never offered a bribe. I feel cheated.
No incentives, lots of coercion, lots of nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
The sexual favours that we were offered along the way weren't worth taking up, put it that way.
I must admit this does not sit with the likes of you.
Baby, take off your shoes. So I'll go.
There was a girl that really obviously wanted to get a call back, and she was there at the front of the line, and she said, excuse me, before I sing, I'll just bend down and get my lyrics. So she turned away and bent down to get her lyrics, and now she was wearing a very short miniskirt, and when she bent down, we realised that she wasn't wearing any underwear.
There was quite a few of those moments, actually.
They got a few, you know, treats here and there, but no, I've never had any offers.
After the audition process had finished and everyone long gone home, they'd come and confront you and sort of say, well, tell me why I didn't make it. You know, tell me what's wrong with me.
I didn't want you anyway.
Every now and again, you'll walk into a shop and the girl behind the counter will say, do you remember me? And I was like, yes, I auditioned for Popstars and you rejected me.
I was in North Sydney one day in a advertising agency block, and I walked out of the lift door opened, there was a gentleman ready to get in the lift, and he just looked at me square in the eye and said, you're an arsehole, and walked off. And I thought, well, that's about sums it up, really, doesn't it?
It seems like everybody's got an opinion about Popstars.
How can we seriously take the Popstars as a credible musical act when we know that it's so geared towards making cash?
People never really get over the concept of the whole manufactured thing.
It's their opinion, and they're allowed to have it.
If they were casting a musical, they would be casting national-wide auditions for certain parts.
Every band that has a record contract is manufactured to some extent. And if they say otherwise, they're kidding themselves.
Popstars, that's what it is, showing how they put a band together. It's basically an idea, putting it together and selling a product, and that's what every band is to me. And I'd challenge anyone who says that it's not. I challenge you.
I could go through this whole building now and take 5 different girls and get them up to the quality standard that you are.
Well, that's
so not true.
but
I'm
I don't think it's true.
I'm going to leave. I won't be joining you back to say goodbye. See you later.
Mark Hine was a DJ who believed that, you know, manufactured bands were a crock, and you know, that we didn't have any talent and that it was all driven by money-making machines and da-da-da-da. Now, half of that's true. Yes, of course the TV company wants to make money, of course the record company wants to make money, and of course we want to make money. Now, last time I checked, that's no crime.
You know, I walked out in the end of the interview because we were getting absolutely nowhere.
Who knows what Mark Hine's intention or agenda was?
We'd answered the questions 100 times before, and there wasn't anything that we didn't have a real answer for. He got a bit snotty and stormed out.
I don't think I went a little bit hard at the girls. I think I could have gone even harder. You got to admit, though, you like the limelight. You like the purely aesthetic action.
We wouldn't be here if we didn't. And I think he thought that, you know, 2 girls against 1 guy, you know, he was that kind of guy. How can I lose?
When's the last time you jumped up on stage, Mark? I'd love to see your rendition of Celine Dion.
But what's funny is that he walked out of the interview, but then in the car on the way back, he rang my phone and said,
you know, I hope you didn't take it personally. I think you girls are great. I was just attacking the process.
And said, great interview, really, really good, really support what you're doing.
On a personal level, I don't think that he was, you know, a mean person or was really having a go, but more just creating controversy.
You know, I'm just attacking because that's what I was there for.
After the break, Scandalous face their biggest test yet, their very first performance in the UK. With only hours to go before the first concert, reality has hit hard. The 3-hour drive to Cardiff is the time to focus and prepare.
You are the one I would have stayed with, yeah.
here. I'm very excited. I can't wait to perform. At this moment in my life, I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
Now we just get the chance to prove that we can actually play and sing and dance.
It's going to be an unbelievable experience. My whole life, I've been waiting for this moment, and I just want to hurry up and get on stage.
I can't wait to do it. I can't wait. This probably has to be the biggest moment in my life.
The Cardiff concert is the first of many sellouts on the tour. It looks like the Poms are willing to give the Aussies a go, so now it's all up to Scandalous.
Did your funny things to us? Silver bill.
Right at the
You're
back.
scaring me.
We got 10 minutes.
Cool. Everything's running to schedule. All right, good luck, guys. See you later. Bye.
Have a good one. And thank you.
I'm so excited.
I'm so nervous, man. Make a right one.
A week after we get here, we finally get to do it.
Look at my hand.
You'll be right.
I can't make it so shaky.
Remember, you guys are going to walk out onto a stage where they don't know anything about you. If you can blow them away, you've got a career in the UK.
Smell that perfume. You're trying to explain that you missed the last train. You're the only one to blame. Don't wanna play no more games. Yeah.
I was so excited in the base, I went, wow. The nervousness of knowing, you know, what are they going to think of us? And we're just walking out there. And then when the lights went down, you just heard this roar, and it was almost like, it's going to be all right. It's going to be okay.
You're scandalous.
Hey, it doesn't stop here. It's tomorrow, it's tonight, it's tomorrow.
Hey, thank you. You've got to say thank you to everyone in Australia.
Thank you, guys. Without you, everyone that's watching,
We wouldn't be here without Australian fans.
and without all this sweat pouring out of our faces. We wish you were here. All our family members. Thanks.
And see you when you get home.
Can't wait to get home.